Concessions.
Joker Folie Deux. Folie Deux means shared madness or madness between the two, which would make sense in this movie, I guess. Joker Folie Deux is the sequel to the first Joker, which was the highest grossing rated R movie at one point in time, and Deadpool and Wolverine just knocked that right out of the box. You still have Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker, Todd Phillips is directing the film, and you have Lady Gaga as Lee, or Harley Quinn, which is, whatever. Look, this is a spoiler review, and I'm gonna let you know now. This movie is also very terrible, but we're just gonna go through it. I'm here for you, so you don't have to see the movie. Uh, so, what I do like about this movie is that anytime I see Gotham in any setting, any film, movie, TV show, anytime they show Gotham, it's like they nail it perfect. Whatever you think Gotham is in your head, that's what it is. It's usually like bright colors, but then like everything else in the background looks like dreary and depressing. It always, this movie looks good. They did the same thing with not Arthur, with Arkham. Arkham looks good. The settings look good in this movie. The tone, everything, it fits perfectly. But the movie itself, it did not. They didn't nail it at all. Uh, I was excited in the beginning of this movie because it's like you have a quiet Arthur. Like he's, it seems like everyone knows him and everyone's used to him telling jokes and everything, but he's just not himself, I guess you could say. He's quiet, he's not talking to anyone, and that got me excited because I felt like we're about to get a quiet Arthur who's gonna snap at any moment and bite someone's nose off, but you don't get that. That sounds crazy to say or to want, but it is a Joker movie. We're talking about a psychotic, murderous clown here. What this movie's really about is Arthur going on trial for the 5 murders he did in the first movie, and they want to see if he's competent enough to stand trial. Some people are saying that Arthur and Joker are 2 different people. He has a split personality, and that makes sense, I guess you could say, but that's this whole movie. This whole movie is just him waiting to go on trial, and then he goes on trial, and he meets Harley in between that time. Speaking of Harley, I'm not mad at Lady Gaga for this movie. I think she does a really good job for the role that she has, but the role is a bit different. Uh, in most situations, in Joker Harley, you normally have Joker manipulating Harley, but now it seems like Harley was kind of manipulating Joker in this one. Like he didn't have the confidence to feel like himself, or he couldn't build himself up without her love and stuff. Like he relied on her a lot in this movie, and that's not it's not what I know. So it didn't sit well with me. Um, and they kind of just used her for the musicals. That's what I feel like. I feel like she did well for what she did, but they really wanted her for the musical part of this movie. And the musicals were terrible. The first one actually made sense to me because Arthur's watching TV. He sees that he could possibly be put on death row. All the inmates are asking him how he feels about it, and then he breaks out in song. And then he's not even doing it in real life; it's in his head. And I was like, you know what? That's like some Joker shit right there. That seems like something that could happen. But every other musical number after that was just like, what am I watching? Like it didn't fit the scenes. Some of them, I pulled out my phone after after the first one. Anytime they had a musical number, I pulled out my phone. It was just like it made no sense. And this movie like was budgeted like $200 million, $200 million, and we don't have any kind of like real effects or like action or anything in this movie. I guess they spent it all on the musical numbers. And that just seemed like a huge waste of time. This is not a crime thriller movie. There's no Joker stuff happening. Like I said, this is just a man waiting on trial with a few musical numbers in between. That's literally what this movie is, and it's disappointing. Um, you have like there's this really random scene where they throw Joker in the hole in prison, and then out of nowhere, Lee is just she's just laying there with him. I thought he was dreaming, but apparently he wasn't. She's like, one of the guards let me in, and I'm like, one of the guards let you in, but it is Arkham, so I guess But like she's actually in the hole with them. There's like a weird 10-second sex scene that's going on, and she puts the makeup on his face before he lets her hit and everything. It's it just makes no sense. And this movie's terrible. This movie's absolutely terrible. Jeez. The best part of this movie is when the trial actually starts, because there's a lot of callbacks to the first movie of the murders that he has done, and the guy Gary, the little guy Gary that he didn't kill, he's on trial, and Joker is he's representing himself in full Joker costume, and you think like, okay, this is where it's going to go down, but nothing happens. He actually ends up feeling sorry for Gary for how he made him feel, and then like confessing to everyone that like, I did kill those people. I'm not Joker. I'm Arthur. Joker's not real. And then like everyone just gets upset. I'm upset. Harley's upset. Like, like it's like they shouldn't call this movie the Joker. They should have been like, this movie was inspired by the Joker, or something. Like a man who had a lot of mental health issues that was been going through it, and now he got pushed over the edge and he's going to trial for it. We didn't have to add Joker in this at all, and it doesn't even have the same feeling of the first movie either. So it just seems like a huge waste. This movie's terrible, and I'm giving it a forgettable rating.
Sorry.
Like, it's just so unnecessary. So unnecessary. I feel like I ran into a brick wall watching this movie, because it leads to absolutely nothing, and it's sad to see. I will say this. The ending was really interesting. The ending had Arthur back in jail, and one of the inmates tells him a joke and stabs him to death. Now Arthur is dead. But as they zoom in on Arthur and his deadless body, in the background, the guy is like making the Joker face or the Joker smile with all the blood that's going on. And it's like, oh, okay. So Arthur's not the Joker, but he inspired people to be like the Joker. And maybe the Joker exists through that inspiration that he has caused. So I think Gotham did something like that too, which I'm not too mad at. But I highly doubt that there's going to be a sequel. I'm willing to bet my only child that there will not be a Joker 3. It's just not happening. It wouldn't even make sense. I don't even think people would go see it after this terrible one. So, yeah, as a fan, I'm disappointed. I know bigger Joker fans than me who haven't even seen this movie. So I was here for you, and if you saw it, then I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Have you seen the Joker though? If you have, tell me how you feel about it, and if you haven't, what's your favorite Joker? I don't care if we're talking about from the animated series to all the way to Batman Beyond Joker. Who is your Joker? Who do you like? Please let me know in the comments below. Man, this movie was bad, and I'm gonna see you guys next time. All right, I'm Coop. I'm out. Peace.
Coops Concessions.